Oh, it's a bit early, it's 5:30, I'm just getting the cows in. I've got someone from Radio Bristol coming later to interview me about, here's one of the cows, look. Come on, interview me about the dry weather and the fact that we haven't really had a lot of rain this spring. So I've just started getting the cows in a bit early just because I think I better get the milking done out of the way before they turn up. So anyway, I'll try and patch in a bit of the recording. I'm not quite sure how I'll do it, some photos or some video or whatever, but if you listen to the next bit, you'll find out what I was talking about. Alright, cheers. Go on, up, go on, go on, go on, go on it, go on, go on. And the van has just turned up, so I'm going to go and see the chap and see how we get on. So you're just trying to find a signal at the moment, yeah?
They
Okay, so the van's behind me, and we've just been trying to find a signal with the antenna behind. I think we might have one now. We're just trying to connect with the studio in Bristol, and I'm literally going to go on soon and talk about the dryness of the weather. Well, basically we've had a long, quite period of drought, and it's quite unusual for April and May to be so dry. So I will probably just patch in a bit of radio interview I do, because I can't record while I'm doing it. So I should just probably put a couple of pictures over it and just overlay the sound over that so you can hear what we say.
James Hanson on BBC Radio Bristol.
Now, we've been talking this morning about the dry spell we've had recently. Glorious morning this morning across the west. Bristol Water's saying that reservoir levels are lower than they were at this time last year. Now, they do say there's no need to panic just yet, but gardeners and farmers obviously more than a little bit worried. Our reporter, Richard Lawson, is at a farm in South Gloucestershire for us this morning. Morning, Rich.
Good morning, James. Yes, I'll tell you what, we live, don't we, in a stunning part of the country. Driving over here from Cleve this morning, and yeah, looking out over the fields as I was driving to Titherington, and the view this morning is of a 400-year-old farmhouse, and I'm overlooking an orchard. Absolutely beautiful. But while it is sunny and it is warm, of course that's left sort of major problems in terms of the earth being very dry at this time of the year. I'm with Rich Cornock. Now, Rich, you're a dairy farmer here, and you're telling me you've been here for how long?
Well, not just me personally, but the family have been here since 1822. Wow. So we're just getting the hang of it now, really.
And you're also telling me that, yes, the ground is very dry, but you've planted a field of maize, but you have major problems.
Yeah, well, normally we have a contractor in to come and break it down the soil to a seed bed, and he came in this year and realised, because it was so hard with the ground, when he started moving it, it was breaking down to big lumps, really, sort of because the clay was binding and forming almost like rocks. So we ended up having to roll the field, never done that before, roll this field just to break down the lumps before we could get it cultivated further down to get a nice seed bed for the maize seeds.
And how common is that? Do you come across that over recent years?
Never in my lifetime have we had to do a roll on a seed bed like that to break down the lumps. It's literally big, and what he was saying was the cultivator would just push these lumps around the cultivator he was using, so he asked me to roll it to break them down. You know.
And you can probably, James, in the background hear the cows. They've just been in for milking.
Yeah, that's right. I'm afraid you're a bit late. You should have come earlier and you could have helped me.
Yeah, I might get that on this. But the other problem with it, of course, is that you were saying the grass has stopped growing as well. So that's a major problem for a dairy farm.
Actually, that's probably my biggest worry at the moment. A couple of issues, really. Our silage crop, which we use for winter feed, is probably going to be down because the grass hasn't grown for the last couple of weeks, or very slowly grown. But also, going forward and looking into the next few weeks, what I do is I rotate the grazing for the cattle. So they've always got fresh grass, and as they go away from the pasture they've grazed, they come back to it in 3 or 4 weeks to graze it again. Now, since they've left those fields, they just haven't really grown because of lack of rain has slowed them right down. In fact, they're starting to look a bit brown, which I'm slightly worried about. I really just needed the rain loads now, really.
Well, hopefully by the end of the week you might get some.
So. Let's pray for a lovely bit of rain.
Yeah, exactly. So, Rich, thank you very much. And James is saying there, yeah, I think we need some rain, not just, of course, for the farmers and for the land, but I was speaking to some gardeners earlier, and for them as well, because everything is very, very dry.
Indeed. Yeah, go and get your watering can out, Rich. Thanks very much. Richard Lawson there, talking to South Gloucestershire farmer Rich Cornick.